In our fast paced world, we often find ourselves distracted, rushing from one thing to the next. But amidst all this business, the ability to truly listen, especially with compassion, can transform our relationships. It creates a safe space for others to express themselves, share their vulnerabilities, and connect on a deeper level. Let's start by acknowledging what compassionate listening really means. It's not just about hearing words, it's about being fully present, open, and empathetic to what someone else is saying. When we listen with compassion, we're actively engaging with the speaker, not only processing their words, but also tuning into their feelings and emotions. Think back to a time when someone really listened to you. Remember how it felt to share your thoughts and feelings, knowing that the other person was genuinely interested in understanding your perspective. That is the power of compassionate listening. It allows us to feel valued and understood. Now, why is this so crucial, especially when we're navigating life's challenges? When we're going through tough times, whether it's dealing with loss, heartbreak, setbacks, or significant changes, we often carry feelings of isolation and loneliness. We may feel like no one understands what we're experiencing. But when someone takes the time to listen, it can shift that narrative entirely. Imagine a friend who's struggling after a recent breakup. They might feel vulnerable and unsure about their next steps. Instead of offering heartless dating advice, you sit down with them and ask how they feel. By simply doing that, you're offering a lifeline. Your willingness to listen creates a space where they can express their fears, anger, or sadness. You're validating their experience and giving them the gift of being heard. And here is my own story. I had the worst birthday when I turned 18. First, the day before my birthday, someone stole my wallet on my way home from school, which means I also lost the receipt I needed to pick up my birthday cake. I was frustrated and mad, but I had to suck it up and just use an old wallet I had. Then, on my birthday, I went to the bakery after school and explained the situation to them. Luckily, they did let me pick up the cake. But on my way home, as I stopped at a red light, I felt like someone was touching my backpack. So I looked back. A crowd of people behind me was also waiting for the green light. Nothing looked suspicious. But then, as I reached to the front pocket of my backpack where I put my wallet, guess what? It's gone. It's gone again. 2 days in a row, I lost my wallet. And the crazy thing is, the pickpocket was right there behind me, but no one spoke up. And I was too young and scared to confront anybody without proof. So, long story short, I went home extremely upset and shaken up. My mom was taking a shower when I got back, so I just told her what happened at the door. And my tears just started pouring down. Now, I grew up in a family that crying wasn't allowed because it was a sign of weakness. So, before my mom got out of shower, I quickly wiped my tears, pretended that I never cried. But my voice was obviously trembling. And I was secretly really hoping to get some comfort from my mom. But not too surprisingly, she got out, started lecturing me on how to take care of my valuables. Now, I'm not trying to blame her here, okay? Knowing what I know now, she did her very best based on what she knew to raise her children. But for me at the time, I felt like my trust for her was gone. And I told myself to never share my emotions with her again. Because all I wanted was to be able to tell her how I felt and that she'd be there for me. That was it. But instead, I got yet another lesson. Compassionate listening is also about creating an environment free from judgment. When someone opens up to us, they often worry about being criticized or misunderstood. This is where our role as compassionate listeners becomes even more vital. It's important to approach these conversations with an open heart and mind, refraining from jumping in with our own opinions or solutions too quickly. Instead, focus on simply being there for them. Use affirming gestures like nodding or maintaining eye contact to show that you are engaged. Sometimes all someone needs is to know that they're not alone in their struggles. One of the most effective techniques in compassionate listening is to reflect back what you've heard. Now, this doesn't mean repeating their words, okay? But rather paraphrasing or summarizing their feelings. For example, if your friend says, I feel so lost right now, you might respond, it sounds like you're feeling really overwhelmed and unsure of what to do next. This simple reflection helps the speaker feel understood and encourages them to continue sharing. As we practice compassionate listening, it's essential to be aware of our own emotional triggers. Sometimes, when someone is sharing a difficult experience, we might feel compelled to offer solutions or advice. While this comes from a good place, it can sometimes derail the conversation. Remember that the person may not be looking for advice. They might just need a sounding board, just like me on my 18th birthday. Moreover, when we listen with compassion, we cultivate deeper connections. This is not only beneficial for the person sharing their feelings, but also enriches our own relationships. When we genuinely connect with someone on an emotional level, it strengthens the bond of trust and respect. Building this kind of connection can be transformative. It encourages vulnerability, openness, and honesty in our interactions. When we model compassionate listening, we invite others to reciprocate, creating a safe space for everyone involved. Now, let's touch on the importance of self compassion in this process. As we strive to be compassionate listeners for others, we also need to practice that same compassion towards ourselves. It's easy to get caught up in our own lives and challenges, but if we can acknowledge our own feelings, we can show up more fully for others. Taking the time for self reflection allows us to better understand our emotional landscape. It prepares us to engage with others from a place of strength and clarity. It also gives us an opportunity to untangle our own emotions from the emotions and energies that we absorb from others. Ask yourself, why am I suddenly so anxious or sad or upset or angry? You fill in the blank. Is this my emotion or someone else's? When we recognize our own needs and feelings, we can be more present and attentive when listening to someone else. So, I want to encourage you to practice compassionate listening in your daily interactions. Start with small conversations, perhaps with a friend or a family member. Set aside distractions, maintain eye contact, and genuinely listen to what they have to say. Notice how this simple shift can transform the way you connect with others. Now, just like everything else, compassionate listening is a skill that takes practice. It's okay if you get distracted or get carried away by your own thoughts sometimes. The key is to keep showing up with an open heart and a willingness to listen. Compassionate listening is about more than just hearing words. It's about building deep connections, fostering trust, and creating a safe space for vulnerability. It's a beautiful practice that enriches both our lives and the lives of those around us. Now, before we wrap up, I wanted to share with you this exciting news. My signature course, Inner Dragon Mastery from Within to Beyond, has officially launched. Yay! I'm super excited. This comprehensive course is a 6-week step by step blueprint designed to guide you on an unparalleled journey of personal transformation, offering a unique and powerful path to unlocking your true potential. It's crafted to support you through the empowering process of spiraling upward in life, evolving from personal transformation to building a legacy of love, compassion, and leadership. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I've experienced many life altering changes. From balancing career, family, and a comfortable life to navigating divorce, job loss during the pandemic, and other personal challenges. Now, through my own healing journey, I uncovered my core values, learned to take control of my life, and redefined my version of success. It wasn't easy, but it was transformative. I've learned the hard way, and I hope you don't have to. And that's why I dedicated so much of this year to creating this course to help you explore the depth of your inner wisdom, overcome obstacles, and create lasting change. Now, if this resonates with you, join me, your compassionate and supportive coach, mentor, and ally, on a journey of self discovery, healing, self love, and ultimate transformation. Start living your dream life today. I'll include a link below in the description box where you can find out more about this course. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the art of compassionate listening. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might benefit from this message. Let's continue to nurture connections filled with understanding and love. I'll see you next week. Bye.